All right, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, I just want to do a real quick video on uh, the Delphi case. The information we are getting, that the documentation that's being read, it seems like there was 3 phones at the crime scene, which is very interesting, right? And it, the documentation is saying uh, AT&T would have documentation or data of them phones and the GPS location of them, which is very interesting because now they're saying that that phone pinged, them 3 phones pinged in town, but also they pinged by the crime scene. But now they're saying that there's no way to determine exactly where the pings were. They could be anywhere from 5,000 meters to 7,000 meters away, which, if that's footage, you're that's pretty far away, right? So it made sense when the phones were pinging all over town, like the one video where that was made where they were saying that the girls' phones late at night pinged off of the cell towers. Well, it probably did ping off all the cell towers in that area because it's constantly jumping to look for a signal and being sent, right? So it makes sense. Now, whether they can tell exactly where the phones were, if they can place the people that they think is involved in that area, they might be able to get them on other things uh, that was left at the crime scene other than data from the phones. But now, ain't it interesting? Now that we're seeing in this documentation that's out, where they're stating now there was 3 phones, and there was actually other phones uh, and devices that were taken. So now this is making more sense because now it's obvious somebody was either using the phones, and here's the thing, folks, is what they're not catching on to in this is if they had a phone ping, that means the girls could have been somewhere else, and it still would have showed that they were within the town area, within that area. So even if it didn't, if they can't say, well, we got a ping late at night, but it was, I don't know how that's going to work. But this goes to show that it's very possible that the girls uh, were there or weren't there, and their phones pinged, but they weren't actually at the bridge at that time. They could have been somewhere else, and the phone pinged in that area all around. If there was a tower around there, the phone would have pinged off of it, constantly looking for a signal. And that's how them cell towers work, right? If one ain't working or whatever, it'll ping to another one, or it constantly goes around looking, for a signal. So it could make sense that way. Hello, little Debs. And that's very interesting because, like I said, for all we know, if it was Richard Allen, he could have already been at his house and used the phone. And there's a good possible chance that it pinged off of them towers, showing that, well, he was around that area. Or, a lot of people are asking, well, can you tell if the phone was exactly by the bodies? Well, I don't know if you could do that. They might be able to. Technology has come so far where they might be able to actually tell that, but I don't think so. They can give an estimation or that the phone was in that area at a certain time, and it also pinged. They'll probably show that the signal pinged all over town because that's what they do. So Now they're saying, well, they could have been 7,000 meters away or 5,000 meters away. They could have. That would explain Ron Logan was using his phone at his house. Would it show up around there that he was in that area? Yeah. Same thing with Richard. Same thing with any of these people that were suspects or whatever. All they had to do was be around Delphi, I imagine. And their phones were pinging all over the place. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly 100% true, but that's what I'm getting out of it is the people that they think is involved, their phones are showing that they were in that area that day and that time. So now we went from one person to now that this documentation that we're reading on the phone data or whatever, they're now stating in that documentation that it was several people now involved in Delphi. Not one, several people is what they're claiming. And it makes more sense now what was going on down there. To me, it does. I don't know if it does to you folks, but you can see in the documentation, and you can read it at another great YouTube crime channel, Deb's True Crime YouTube channel. Here, let me post this video, and this will explain to you folks what's going on. And I think it says a lot there is let me shut that off. Let me copy this. Then I'll post it in chat. Copy. I don't know if Miss Deb's True Crime, I think I've seen her in the YouTube community. Let me post that here. And she read it all out, the whole documentation. And that's what it sounds like to me is the people that they think was involved in this, their phones were pinging around there at that time, and probably afterwards too, right? So I would imagine they're probably right. Could they pin it directly at the coordinates where the girls were found? I don't think so, but that you don't need that. All you need is intent or something else that proves that. But I would say it's good enough, and it does prove that they were in Delphi that day when probably some of these guys claimed they were nowhere around Delphi. And that's another good thing. So it's a bonus of getting this data back. And like I said, a lot of these people said they weren't there. They claimed they weren't there that day. But now all the, some of these people on YouTube were there. And the data probably shows that they were in that area that day when they claimed they weren't. It was like the Ron Logan thing. Ron Logan claimed he was not there. His data might have showed that he was around that area, but he only lived 1,000 feet away from the crime scene or whatever, or 500 feet away from the crime scene. So if he was in his own house using his cell phone, it would ping off them towers, showing that he was in that area. How are they going to do it? I don't know, but I imagine technology has come pretty far. That's Deb True Crimes channel. Make sure you check out her channel, folks. And she just did a video and explaining it, and I agree with her. Several people involved. Well, why would they be stating that there was several people involved when? Do we know that? Well, it's starting to look like that if they have all this data and everything. And they're claiming it was the Odins. I don't think it was the Odins. I think it was this pedo ring, this sick ring or whatever. I mean, that's just my thing, right? interpretation of it, whatever. They might have been Odins, but I don't think it had anything to do with Odins. I just think it was a bunch of sickos. You know, Brad Holder, all of them, their names being brought into it. They were Odins. Uh, his son dated the one girl. Rumors around there that one of the girls might have been pregnant or SA'd or whatever. Yeah, it's just crazy, completely crazy. Like I said, they might have been Odins, but do we know if it was the Odin's witchery sorcery or this biker club pedo ring, whatever they were talking down there? I don't know. Very interesting, very crazy, but it'll all come out in the court. And heck, I don't know what kind of technology we really have so far, but maybe they can tell if that phone rang 10 feet away from the body. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I don't think so. And being that some of these suspects that they thought were involved in their phones were pinging around there when they claimed they weren't there that day or anywhere around there, but yet the phone data probably shows that they were. So now they have to explain that, well, why did you lie? Almost like a Ron Logan thing. Ron Logan said he wasn't there that day. He was out running errands, right? Why did he lie? Well, because he would have went to jail. He was on probation. So he probably came up with a story, I would imagine. Could he have been involved? He could have. We don't know. Why? Because we weren't there. It's not like all of the United States was there. No, we don't know. Only the killers or the people that were there would have known, right? So I don't know. Hello, Kel. But it's very interesting now that they're claiming several people were involved, and it's possible they were Odins or whatever they were saying. I don't know. Do I believe there was probably a lot of people involved or that knew about it more than just one person? Yes. This Odin thing, I would toss out. They don't need this Odin crap. How about you just go after them as their nut jobs? Madmen among us or whatever, right? This pedo ring down there, or whatever they call it, club, organization, dark secrets, whatever. It makes more sense to me now. And we said that, you know, 3 months ago. I don't know if we'd be able to tell. We know the phone's pinging all over because that's what cell towers do. It's look at your phone's looking for a signal, and it'll go to the strongest signal, and that signal might be across town at another tower, and your phone signal will go to that, and you're a mile away or whatever, or 5,000, 7,000 feet away. It's possible, yeah, that's how it works, right? That's how probably it works. So I would believe it. Hey, listen, if they think these guys are involved, and these guys claim that they were nowhere around, but yet now the phone data came back and it's showing these guys were all around that area. Uh, 9 out of 10 times, folks, somebody's lying, right? It could have been all these guys, this big group. And really, if you look at it, we would love to round these guys all up together because all these guys are actually violent crimes. They got violent past. Every single one of these people they mentioned in Delphi have a very, very sketchy past. Hold all these guys. A very sketchy past, drugs, violence against women, all kinds of stuff. I would imagine it's everything the government probably was saying, even before the Delphi murders, was there was a problem, right? It's a problem. If they held Richard Allen this long, they must have something on him, folks. They must have something on them, or the Odins are within the justice system and we are being scammed. Well, Richard Allen might be an Odin. They blame an Odin, and now he's innocent and had nothing to do with it. And now Richard Allen makes tons of money. Why? Well, the only way that would be done is you'd have the whole state would have to be Odins to get away with something like that. A scam, right within the justice system. That would make sense to me. Sure, he walks away with millions. Maybe he kicks back some to these other people that, right? The whole time the Odin, we need money for our stuff, so let's scam the people. Let's scam the justice system. Maybe it's possible. I mean, these are just theories. I'm not saying that's what happened. They're theories. Possible. He takes the fall. He's in jail for a long time. He's going to probably countersue if they don't charge him, if they don't get him on stuff. He could be a very rich man. It all could have been planned. It's very possible. Very possible. Justice system is on the chopping block. Everything is. And folks say, oh, the Odin angel was checked out. By whom? Click yes and click want to look at more. I don't know what the heck is an Odin angel. I don't know. I have no idea. But boy, if they must have something on him that proves he knew about it or he was there. Right? They must have something other than what they're claiming. They definitely must have something on him. Because they wouldn't have held him that long. There's no way. Or it's the biggest scam ever. But I do believe they probably have something on them. To keep them in that long. It's either that, folks, or the whole state, the whole United States is corrupt by these Odins and secret societies. And that would explain everything. It would explain everything. Corruption, I don't know. Maybe. Stay out of the woods. And don't let your kids go out by themselves. And there ain't nothing worth sacrificing children to some stupid fable. And it might have been real back in the 15 ADs or whatever. Right? But it's 2024. I don't think there's any reason to make sacrifices to God or any God. That's why he gave us animals. I wouldn't even sacrifice an animal. It ain't worth it. I love animals, but that's just what we're dealing with in our country right now. So, like I said, we really don't know because we weren't there. But I can tell you one thing. In all this documentation, it's showing that there was more than one person that was involved in the Delphi case. So the whole thing, it was one guy, possibly it was one guy that did the actual deleting of life, but there was actually other players in the game that knew what was going to happen that day, even though they weren't there. And that's what I'm thinking. But make sure you check out Miss Deb's True Crime, I think it is, channel, and that documentation explains itself. They were given the data, whether they read the data wrong, right, whatever. The professionals or the one people at one side is saying that that phone could be thousands of feet away and it still would have pinged in that area. That's very possible. I agree. So you got to have a little bit something more in your pocket to stick them with something, right? Whether it be accessory to a murder or accessory to a crime or whatever it may be, theft if he had anything at his house, or even the fact that he was one of the people that was using the Anthony Shots account. And now they got him on that. They can at least get him on that. Where if he was using that account, which Keegan Kline knew, and Keegan Kline also said there was other people using that account. Now, whether they were his henchmen, if one of these parents or one of the kids got too close to the truth and figured out Anthony Shots was not Anthony Shots and they were being lured or whatever, and the other people using the account seen that something was wrong and did the murders, possibly. That's how these people operate. Right? Usually have one guy that runs the whole show, and then the people underneath him are dominions, and they carry out the henchman's work. That's very possible. The main brain's work. That's very possible. But I'm nobody. What do I know? And folks say the old angel. I don't know who's the old angel, Kelp. Oh, you know a lot, Kelp. We're not dumb. I mean, we're dumb, but we're not that dumb. So it's all starting to make sense now, and I think there's nothing more to see here, folks. I think they pretty much have explained that there was several people involved. There was several people involved. There was 3 phones at the crime scene, and there was other phones and devices that were tracked that weren't at the crime scene. So it's making sense that there was other people involved, and somebody on YouTube was lying that they only had 1 phone, right? But now it's coming out that there was 3 phones from the crime scene and other phones and devices or whatever that were being tracked. So I would say, yeah, I would imagine on the right track. Whether they're Odins or whatever, who knows? They're bad people. Don't matter what organization or club or gang or whatever. They're bad people. I don't know. It's pretty crazy to me, if you ask me, but that's pretty much what we're looking at now. So eventually the truth will come out. All this will come out in court. And I wouldn't doubt it if everywhere is going crazy in Indiana. Right? I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my take on it. It seems like the documentation explains itself. They didn't have a professional. The one side saying the phone could be 5,000 feet away from the crime scene. They could have been sitting in their house and made calls, and it was in that area. That's what they're saying. It's possible. It's possible that the FBI has been working on it, and other branches of the government behind scenes, the ones that don't talk about it. And they might know something that other people don't know. Here's the bottom line is they need to make sure Richard Allen wasn't using the Anthony Shots. If he was, well, they got him on luring a minor and possibly photos or whatever of a 13-year-old girl, which, hey, we're happy here. We're happy at this channel. If they get him on that alone, we're happy with that. There's no reason a grown-ass man should be talking to a 13-year-old girl. She ain't even legal age. She's a minor. Hasn't even reached womanism or whatever they call it. They're just sick. And I look at it that way. But, you know, a lot of people wanted to throw Keegan Kline off of the table. Well, he was just a lure. He was just had 200 and something photos of young girls in his phone, underage, that were some nudity and stuff. And everyone's like, oh, well, he didn't do the murders. He didn't do it. So he don't. I look at that, hey, they got a very bad person off of the streets for 40 years. And thank God they did, because the next victim could have been one of your children or mine or grandkids or whatever. So I look at it as, hey, if they connect these people to that, at least they got some of these sickos off of the street. They might not have done the murders, but they're guilty of pedo stuff, of young kids. And it makes sense. Keegan got out of, they arrested him. He gets out. What did he do? He packed up shit, devices, whatever, and split to one of the top capitals of the pedo land, Las Vegas. Everyone thought it was California, but now the government's saying, no, it's Vegas, Las Vegas. Oh, you know a lot, Kelt. You're very smart. No, that concludes this. Of course, I hope everybody understood what I was trying to say. But like I said, folks, even if Richard Allen didn't do it, he must have had a hand in it, folks. They wouldn't have kept him this long. If there was a chance showing that Richard Allen was completely innocent, I do believe the state would have released him by now. Why? Well, because that's less money coming out of my taxpayer money. The longer they keep him, the more money he's going to countersue for. So they need to get him on something, whether it be luring pedo of an underage kid or being at that crime scene and leaving DNA. He would have to explain. He would have been better off. He would have been better off coming out and spilling his guts if he was there and stumbled across the bodies. He should have said that right off the bat. Folks, when you're looking at something this bad, if you're innocent and you stumble across a body, you go and you call the police. Right? Did he? I don't know. He did call the police. Supposedly numerous times he tried to call and talk to the police, or was he trying to tell them he stumbled onto something? Is he a witness and they're protecting him? We don't know. I agree he must be linked somehow, but who are the others, and are there more than one? Well, they're claiming several. And it makes sense because these guys started going to jail after the data got back. Kline, Chadwell. Well, Chadwell was on his way anyways because he was caught with a 9 or 10-year-old in his basement, chained up, nude, that he was raping and talking about on social or on his messenger or whatever with other people and stuff. There had to be more. Then you had the Kurtz getting arrested for killing that one girl out there, and that supposedly a gay guy or something. I mean, and they all talked about some crew they belonged to or something. So they probably were preying on the weak. And the ladies, most of the women that died down there are women and kids. So they probably were preying on these women. That one girl that one guy killed was killed because I guess she liked the boyfriend of the one girl, and they did. It's just mad. It's horrible, but it's reality. demonic. It's the only thing that can explain it. There ain't nothing worth taking someone's life over. And there ain't nothing worth spending the rest of your life in prison. There ain't no way. You're innocent like something. Like you go straight to the police station and you spill your guts on everything. Right? I had nothing to do with it. I was out there, whatever, whatever Richard had to say, even if Richard was out there, Richard should have called the police and said, I stumbled across 2 bodies out there and I don't know what to do. Did he do that? I don't know. How long was it before Richard called the police? Here's another thing. It's like the it's like the Idaho 4 case, right? 8 hours went by before anyone called the police. You got to explain that. 8 hours was lost. Why didn't they call the police? Right? You see something horrific like that happen. After you're done seeing something like that, what do? You call the police. 8 hours went by in the Idaho 4 case before anyone called the police. That's too suspicious. I know things are horrible for women and very gory and scared. 8 hours and reports they went back to bed or whatever before they called the police or whatever. 8 hours, that's fishy there. Not that police. I would lawyer up even if I was out there like the Mike chains. If I don't know. What Mike chains? I have no idea what that means, but I agree. I would have definitely got a lawyer, and I would have had the lawyer call and say, I would have told my lawyer everything if Richard was there, if any of these people were there. And that just goes to show if these people were there and watched this, what kind of people they are, right? To be watching stuff like that. That's to have friends like that. I'll pass on that. That's just madness. That's madness. McCain's. Oh, the McCain's? Yeah. Yeah, Nick. No, a lot of people are saying Logan. It was Logan. But I don't see it. Not unless somebody manipulated the video. You would have had to have that footage to manipulate the video and make it not look like Ron Logan. I'm not seeing Ron Logan on the bridge at all. Now, voice guy, I think we got one pinned down. I think we got one of the voice guys. But the other, if we're hearing 2 voices, then there's the other voice guy. And there might be more voices because we've only heard 2 or just 1. I don't know. But I do believe the voice guy is already in jail. At least one of them. Tomorrow is pot pie day at our local grocery store out here. Them beautiful, flaky, yummy pot pies. Yep, when I went to the store today to get some food, I also seen my mother at the grocery store. Hello, Mother. I giving a shout out to Mother. I seen her at the grocery store. But I asked the bakery lady, when is pot pie day? And she's like, oh, that's tomorrow. We just made 12 more up today. They seem to be selling fast. But I'm like, yeah, I've been talking about them on my YouTube channel. They taste great. Great. So I got that to look forward to tomorrow. Hot pot pie day. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but this is all starting to make sense now to me. They must have something other than phone data on a couple of these guys. Well, we know we got Chadwell. Definitely, if I got it wrong and he's not voice guy, but it sounds like to me Chadwell is the voice guy, one of them, if it was not tampered with. It sounds like to me that that's there ain't nothing more that think we got to get it into court, folks. That's our main thing. We got to get it into court. Could there be charges on some? There could be additional charges on the other people. They don't have professionals. I just got attacked by something. Hold on. All right. It is. I think it is. I think when we start talking about the Delphi case, this thing, or things around our area, this thing must be being protected by the devil himself. Now my camera's flickering. It must be. I got to get rid of this thing. Somebody brought this thing around me, or it's from one of these stores around here, or the people here at this. Whatever it is, we got to get rid of it again. We got rid of it once. I was feeling good. We got to get rid of it again. It's coming from somewhere close. I can tell you that much. Gotta find that and get rid of it. All right, so that's my take on the Delphi case. Now the evidence is coming out that there's possibly several people involved in the Delphi case, not just one. Whether it was a group, organization, the Odins, who knows? Now, can the Odins be sued? They might be able to, this whole organization might be able to be sued for billions of dollars. Wrongful death. Yeah, this is, if it was Odin's, I don't know, they'll probably be paying a lot of money out of their pockets. Someone will. For wrongful death or whatever. Like they got OJ. Well, OJ they didn't have enough to get him on it. Well, everybody knew he did it, but somehow his fame, money, whatever, and they couldn't get him on murder one, so they got him on a different charge. Right? Yeah, they might be able to do that with these Odins too, if it was Odins. They might be able to, the family, for wrongful death. Right? Their little secret society caused a death. They might not have put the stake in their chest or whatever. But this whole Odin thing or whatever, if it's true, which it probably is, that's what they say it is. I've never seen it in the woods, but I don't go into the woods, right? You go into the woods to go hunting or camping or fishing. Other than that, I got no reason to be in the woods, right? So, yeah, they could sue wrongful death and stuff like that. But here's the thing. Was it all planned? Right? Some of these people get so desperate. They create things. You got enough money and enough people involved in it, and you create something like this, strictly on the thing for hoping somebody takes the bait that's loaded, right? And then they sue them. A scam. It's a pyramid. It's a Madoff thing. It's a scam. A racket. And the only ones that suffer out of this is still Abby and Libby and the other 28 or 30 girls that died in Delphi in that area that are unsolved murders and deaths down there. Them are the only ones that suffer, but who else suffers in this? The taxpayers. You don't think the state's going to, they take that out of our money. Richard Allen might be eating steak while we're eating beans and hot dogs and bologna that's outdated, right? Taxpayers pay for that. Yeah, a lot of people got a lot of good points out there and everything with all this. And I'm starting to wonder about this witchery, sorcery thing, or this magical sickness that pops up with anybody that gets too close to anything. You get too close to the truth, the magical CV is out. Next thing you know, and it's the CV, run everybody. Yeah. Yeah. It makes sense to me. Now, I want all you folks to have a great night, and I just wanted to get this quick video in about it. And believe it or not, folks, nobody has been cleared. Nobody. I don't know how many times they've told these people. Nobody has been cleared in the Delphi case. All them suspects that they have down there, not one of them have been cleared. Not even the family members have been cleared yet. Everybody thinks they're making videos. Oh, they've been cleared. No, nobody has been cleared. The police have said that numerous times. Debbie loves hot dogs. I wish she would have told me. I wish she would have told me that. Debbie loves hot dogs and tater tots. I wish she would have let me know that. Now, if does anybody have, let's see what they said no one has been cleared even after RA was arrested. Yeah. No, it's still an ongoing case, folks. And I imagine there'll be more people, these people that were involved in this little ring down there down south. I would imagine so. And like I said, if it was connected to the Odins, if these guys that all they belong to this Odin club or whatever, now the family probably can sue for wrongful death. And I don't know how big this, I don't even know if the Odins have a bank account. I mean, are they like the Masons and everything? They got their own bank or whatever nothing but the Odin bank where all the Odins put their money or whatever. They might be able to get sued, that whole organization or whatever. And then if they were Odins and there was drugs involved and they were pushing drugs, they were selling drugs and everything. Well, now you got them on a RICO. Where they can go after anybody that was associated with them people. Well, because they were selling dope. They were selling this meth crap. There was drugs probably involved and stuff. Which goes back to the family and what was going on before the Delphi murders with the family around them or whatever. All the reports of the family was working for the government or whatever. It's starting to make sense to me. Odins? I don't think so. Staged to look like that, possibly. If it is the Odins, oh well, open up your checkbooks. You'll be paying a lot of money to probably the family, even if the Odins didn't do it. I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what we're dealing with here, so hunker down with us, bear with us. It could be demonic, it could be witchery, it could be, who knows, they sprayed LSD everywhere, who knows. Just bear with us. The Delphi case is a zoo, but it's been that from day one. Well, I can't say that. I would have to say about 6 months into the case, it just went crazy. Completely crazy. Now, you ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. I hope I survive it. I don't know what it is. Demonic spell, curse, sickness they're using. I don't know what it is. Someone trespassing that has nothing to do with Delphi. It's just a demonic demon or something. Maybe. If so, Lord, forgive us and cast out these demons and bind them in the name of Jesus. Amen. But that's about it, folks. I'm going to eat some food and relax. Debbie, I know you like hot dogs. Oh, they're having a big sale at the grocery store out here. The Polish kibosh sausage is on sale. The smoked sausage, the cheddar sausage, and the jalapeno smokers are on sale at the little grocery store here. So I went and got some of them too. Oh, and hot dogs. A pack of cheddar hot dogs that were on sale. Got a pack of them. Got to get them while they're on sale. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, let's get it into court. Who knows if it goes into court? I don't know what these people are doing. They must have Richard Allen on something. If not, be looking into the state as corruption. It was all planned. Why? Well, one of the Odins needed to be praised, so they framed somebody or whatever that possibly is an Odin, but he was innocent, and then ends up suing the state for millions, and the taxpayers are held with the bill. Folks, as you can see, it's starting to rain out there, so be safe. Keep your heat on tonight. Keep an eye on the weather. God bless you all. Is there anything anybody wants to say before I end this video? Veggie dogs are good. Them veggie hamburgers are pretty good too. They still make them, veggie burgers. So tomorrow is pot pie day at the grocery store, so I'm gonna probably get a couple of them. So good and warm, and chicken pot pies. All right, nobody's got any questions? Anybody? No? All right, I think we pretty much got it right here on this channel. I think we stuck with we're not buying these people's bull crap, and we put the dots together. And I do believe some of these guys that were involved in it are already in prison. It's possible they made this whole thing up for views, subs, or whatever. YouTube, they were waiting for that big movie or TV offer, right? Possibly. What are you eating? I'm not eating anything. Oh, I'm going to have chicken. I got a couple chicken strips, and I got some rigatoni, Parmigiano from the store that they make handmade. What else did I get? And I got a bag of $2.50 cheese puffs. Cheetos, Chester cheese. I got some ginger ale. In case the old tummy, in case I have anybody over that's feeling gassy or sick or anything. Just preparing around her for things. I did see my mother at the grocery store. Mother, I'm glad you never watch my channel. I hope you don't. I hope you never see my channel, thank God. But I give a big shout out to my mother. Uh, what else did I get? I think that's pretty much it. Bunch of sausage, hot dogs, a couple chicken strips, the rigatoni parmigiano. Um, Ginger ale, and I thought I got something else, but who knows? Who knows? I'm stocked up for food. I love cheese puffs and cheese balls. Yes, cheese puffs and cheese balls are good. I imagine they're better than potato chips with all that salt. Little Debbie, is there anything else you want to let us know? Is there anything else you want to let us know before before the whole world falls in love with Little Debbie? She loves hot dogs and she loves tater tots. Before she steals our heart, is there anything else that she wants to let us know about? No, she loves her tea. No, are you sure, Deb? Don't go on. Let us know now. Just let it out. We know you love your hot dogs, but the world does not revolve around hot dogs. Although I wish it did, because I love a good Chicago hot dog every now and then. But the world goes on and spins and spins. And where does it end up? Nobody knows. Probably the emergency room. That's why we got to get off this crazy train. So once again, I think the Lord is all glory goes to the Lord, because we got it right here. We didn't go with who they wanted us to believe it was. It was the Italian mafia on us. It was this syndicate. It was this. It was that. It was everything other than what it was. I don't even believe it's the Odins. I just think it was a bunch of idiots that might have been Odins. But this was not an Odin plan thing. As a giant group. No, you ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. Is there anything else you ladies would like to say? Valdez, any of the gentlemen in my chat? Feel free to say it now and forever hold your peace, or whatever it is. In Jesus' name. And somebody get me a White Castle's built up here up north. There is no reason why I shouldn't have a White Castle's up north here. There's no reason why. I should have a White Castle's up here up north. I don't know why. I don't. I grew up on it in Illinois. There should be a law. There should be a White Castle's in every town. But I don't run them. I don't make the rules. I don't know. You ladies have a great day. Thank you all for being here. You're all great women. From what I can tell, I don't live with you behind closed doors. You might be heathens. I'm not sure, but you're all good while you're here, and God bless you for that. I know a lot of you got families to raise and cows and pigs to milk and all kinds of stuff, and goats and little things running around your house and everything. You're very busy, ladies. Thanks for spending time with me today. You're all great, and remember, you're powerful women. You're smart women. You're incredible women. You're women, not men. So please, watch some more romantic movies. Cry once in a while. Smell good once in a while. Wear nice clothes. You're women. They've turned them all into men. Is there anywhere left? Is there any? I got to find somewhere else. I'm not sure. Not even Miss ATS. And she's like, she's throwing her hands up. I don't know. They've changed. Molecular. I have no idea. But watch more love stories, women's. Cry once in a while. Demand your man to let you know that you're beautiful all day, every day. Be women. You're all great women. I don't know, a couple of them got purple hearts and everything. They'll kill you in a heartbeat. Military women. But you're still women. This is what they've done to us. Find me a real woman. I don't know. He tells me I'm pretty even when I look atrocious. Oh, that's a good man. That's a good man. There you go, Miss ATS News. You're a lucky man, Mr. ATS News. You got all these men coming in here asking about Miss ATS News, little Debbie and all that. Great lady. You're lucky. I wish we could clone a couple of these ladies, but we can't. I guess it's against the law right now. But we're working on it. Golf clap to all of them. I got a couple of YouTubers myself I'd like to club. But God bless y'all. Love y'all. We love you here, Debbie. We can't get enough of our little Debbie. Miss ATS News, we love you here. Cultures, all the ladies, Miss Bella Blaney and Lori and old Dave, which matter of fact, folks, make sure you check out Dave's guitar channel tonight at 8:30. I don't know if I'll be there, but make sure you check it. No, I got to go. My throat is killing me. I'm getting attacked by this demonic thing. Whatever it is, who knows? And these are just my thoughts and theories. And don't pay any attention to me. Now, you ladies have a good night.